like water in a desert, fellas. Welcome into the winners' line. Did the Nuggets just win a playoff game? Sounds like it. Not really, no. They won a preseason game.
We beat the Timberwolves. That's fun. That's 4 out of them.
They beat the Timberwolves G-League team that played their starters, but they won. What's up, everyone? Welcome into the DNVR Nuggets Show, presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app now. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why, whatever the moment. Man, it's never ordinary.
Never ordinary.
At Bet365. Speaking of not ordinary, it's ordinary, but it's stepped up. Harrison Wind in a cardigan.
So, story about this cardigan. Mike Malone once made fun of me for it in a press conference.
What? Hold on. Let me take it.
That's a real story.
How could anyone find a way to make fun of this cardigan? It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Michael Malone.
Probably because nobody that goes to Nuggets games dresses up at all. So I threw it on.
Oh, wait, are you dressed up?
Not
now?
to say I'm dressing up a lot, but
The bar's gotten low at Paul Arena.
he pretty much called me Mr. Rogers.
You know what? I can see it.
He went, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Harrison.
And we're also joined.
So I've never worn it again. But I will say, I've worn this cardigan, I believe, during 3 Nuggets games. They're 3-0.
What?
I'm just saying.
The Carter win.
A Carter dub?
Yeah.
Also joined by D-Line Co, who is fresh off, or he's enjoying the vibes of the Nuggets not going winless in the preseason, and an easy win for the Denver Broncos. D-Line, how are you, buddy?
Guys, I don't ever remember feeling like this. I've had days in my life I've been told after the fact we're good. I didn't feel good at the time. This one feels good in the moment. I don't know what's happening. But I believe I've been rewarded for my belief. All the Nuggets are good, sort of. All the Nuggets are good. Everything feels great. And Todd Davis, Super Bowl 50 Super Bowl champion, gave me a shot of tequila. So
Then you gave him a shot of tequila.
I didn't actually. I don't know where that came from.
I got it to him. though. I gave him
it
a
was
shot.
you.
Well, someone gave me a shot and said Todd needs to drink this.
Oh, okay.
I assumed it was from you. Look, here we are.
You should have given it to No Sean.
That's the Broncos show. You can watch that later. This is the Nuggets show, and the Nuggets did in fact get a win. It was against the backups in Minnesota, but you know what? The Nuggets needed a win.
Yeah.
And let's break it down. Let's do the Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways, fellas.
Let's do it.
Brought to you by our friends at Red Hawk Roofing. Play the sound. The best roofers in the game. Harrison Wind, what are your big takeaways after the Denver Nuggets finally get a win in this vibeless preseason to date?
I'm going to say it.
Oh, God. Brace.
Get ready for it. I'm going to say it.
Brace.
Don't say it.
Jamal Murray is back. He's back. I think he's back.
Are we sure? Hold on. We have finely tuned scientific equipment designed to measure. Can we check the barometer? Is Jamal back? O-meter, the barometer. Let's check.
Oh my God.
So You're so unbelievably back.
Oh my God. Jamal Murray, 25 points, 5 of 6 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, plus 7 in 29 minutes. Look, this has not been a great summer, end of the season / summer / preseason for Jamal Murray, but he gave us something tonight.
Yeah,
and we needed that. We just needed to see something from him.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say he played a flawless game. I'm not going to say I have 100% confidence that he's going to suddenly be the Jamal Murray of old again. But I'm very encouraged, and that was what I need to see.
That was the pop, right?
That was what I needed.
We needed to see it. At least see it. Does it mean he's for sure back? We'll hold off.
Well, according to the
what are you talking about?
I mean,
what are you talking about? That's like saying, is it raining outside? We use scientific instrumentation.
But we wanted to see that.
This is science.
Yeah.
We wanted to see that. You're right. I'm not going to argue with the graphic. He looked great, D-line. He looked great. What did you see from Jamal Murray?
Dude, he was quick. He was fleet of foot. He looked unencumbered. His legs did not look heavy in any way. Dare I say he looked a little trim? Dude, is he in shape? Is Jamal Murray in shape?
I mean,
I don't know.
Back,
I don't know if it happened
know.
after one game, but hey, he looked good tonight. He really
The knee
did.
was not a factor at all. He played 29 minutes. He played into the third quarter. I mean, I got to think if the knee was bothering him at all, they would have pulled him out. But
he looked great.
Played through 3 quarters. He looked good. His shot looked great. 5 of 6 from 3, like I said. That was what I needed. That was what we needed.
I love when he shoots without hesitation from three because he's a better shooter than he's been statistically, than even the way he's guarded sometimes, because it's typically involving Jokic and there's all these things you're afraid of. But you should also be afraid of Murray just pulling up.
Dude, Braun just scored a touchdown.
You can tell.
Let's go.
If you go under or you just forget to guard him, like he should shoot. He should just shoot without thinking about it. He did tonight, 5 of 6 from 3. And then when you pointed out 8 of 8 from the free throw line as well, which is a great sign from someone who you're hoping to see looks healthy, looks good physically, just getting himself to the line. That was
all in the first half too, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he finishes with 25 points, like Wynn said. Big time buckets. And it just looked like he was hooping, just hooping. And I think Murray, there's been, what do you want to call it? Sadness or disinterest or just not in the flow. Tonight it was, that's just, Jamal's just hooping out there. And it looked like it was even fun for him, dare I say.
Oh, my.
And man, I think Nuggets fans really, really needed to see that.
Look, it was interesting. The Nuggets play their starters tonight. Last game of the preseason. We were wondering on the show a couple days ago if that was going to happen. We thought it would, and it did. Minnesota on a back-to-back, so they didn't play any of their starters. Look, I don't care about that. I just care about what Jamal did, regardless of the defense. And he did what we wanted. He showed what we wanted to see from him. And the Nuggets are 1-4 in the preseason. It wasn't pretty, but would you rather win the first game or the last game? Probably the last game.
Definitely the last
Some
game.
nice momentum heading into the season.
Listen, man, we're joking. Big deal. The Nuggets won a preseason game. We're playing the funky music. We're laughing. That was big, man. That was big. Really,
big for morale, for sure.
Yes, because the guys that you wanted to look good looked good for the most part. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is that Julian Strawther, man, dude, a player, a player,
dude.
He is bringing all of that summer league vibe to the NBA. And granted, he was still, in many instances, still kind of playing against the summer league opposition. But my man is confident. He is knocking down shots. He is handling the ball. This game looks as though it has slowed down for him. He very clearly looks as though he has made the leap, and I am so excited.
If you missed this from Julian Strawther tonight, but you're catching the show, 30 minutes played, 33 points scored, 8 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 8 from deep, 12 of 13 from the free throw
Spencer.
line.
Exactly, Spencer. We all needed this, dude. It doesn't mean anything, yet it somehow means everything.
12 of 13 from the free throw line. And we talked about this in his first year. Okay, he can shoot the three. He can put the ball on the floor. He can't quite get to the rim. He's got that floater we don't love. But he's getting himself.
I kind of love it.
But he's getting himself to the foul line as well now. And I think doing a little better at the rim. He's switching hands like crazy on these layups. But just kind of finding ways to get himself all the way there, being very aggressive when he drives. We as fans, folks who cover this team, needed to see one of these youngsters have this kind of preseason. And we'll get to bigger picture takeaways, but Julian Strawther, clearly a standout tonight, a standout this preseason. And if you're looking for highlights, silver linings, whatever you want, after the 1-4 dust has settled, Julian Strawther is at the top of the list.
Julian Strawther has done everything right since last season ended. Great performance at Summer League.
Yep.
Showed he was above that competition and only played in 2 games. And then we were like, all right, you're done. We don't need to see anymore.
Right.
Stayed in Denver the whole summer. Worked out, in the practice gym the whole summer. And then in the preseason has come out and been an absolute player. I mean, he's looking confident. The shot looks great. He's getting to the paint, getting to the rim. Obviously, he's got the trust of the coaching staff. And I was thinking about this tonight. We've talked about how the Nuggets only really have 4 real guards on this team. Out of their 9 real guys, 4 of them were guards. Strawther's the 4th of those guards. The Nuggets need him to play. But the Nuggets also need Julian Strawther's skill set to be successful.
They do.
They need him. They need a shooter like that. They need a guy who can be instant offense. Can kind of be the J.R. Smith of this team,
yes.
He can fill that role. And the Nuggets on a team that lacks 3-point shooting, that lacks microwave type options off the bench, That's Julian Strawther's role, and they need him to be that guy.
Man.
What do you like about that comp?
Woo! Listen, there has been much consternation in Nuggets Nation and beyond about the loss of one Contavious Caldwell-Pope and the year before Brucey B. And it just seems like they are just losing talent without bringing more talent in. But man, are they the homegrown talent, like the homegrown guys.
Julian looks good.
Julian looks like an absolute player. He looks like a guy that they absolutely hit on a draft pick. Jury's still out a little bit, strangely, and I mean, obviously still out of Julian, but like Christian tonight, I thought looked good. I thought he looked good. Julian looked better. We still haven't seen P. Watt, but like these young guys, we're starting to see a little bit from them. I mean, I don't know. I've got a little hope. Am I stupid?
No, you're a very smart guy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've never once thought you were stupid, Dylan. Never.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Strawther-Westbrook connection off the bench because we saw more of it in this game. And I think it is a path to shots you like as a fan, as a spectator. More of those off the bench than we've seen in quite some time. I think so.
I do too.
There's offensively, I said this a lot over the last couple of weeks. We can pick out the 3-ish years of the last 5 or 6 where you go, what is even the plan for the bench? What am I supposed to even hope for?
Right. Should I be outraged?
Right,
or?
like what is plan A? I don't know. But between Sharich, we can throw there as well, but particularly Westbrook as a guy who can get downhill, a lot of turnovers tonight, but is racking up assists, and he's looking for one Julian Strawther, who is a bucket. And this might be a really viable path to something beyond just crossing your fingers and hoping, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like, okay, that looks like basketball. I'll take that shot. So I really like the way that Westbrook and young Julian Strawther have connected so far.
Dude, there's just... Go ahead.
I was just going to say the bench makes so much more sense this year.
Yes.
If you think about what the bench was last year, you've got Christian Braun and Peyton Watson out there, 2 defensive first players.
Yep.
Zeke Naji, same kind of goes for him. And then you're just plugging different dudes around them. Reggie Jackson, like it just didn't make a lot of sense. This year, Westbrook, say what you want about him. He has a very defined skill set. You put a shooter like Strawther next to him, a defender like Peyton Watson next to that, and then you have Sharich who can kind of do a little bit of everything in the middle. I don't know who that last guy going to be in there or who the stagger is going to be, but regardless, the pieces just fit way better off the bench this year.
Listen, man. There's like a lot. Have we officially given our predictions for the record that the Denver Nuggets will come in with?
We can do that at the end of the show.
Well, we'll save it for when Adam's here, so he can be on record for being
He'll
wrong.
get mad.
Hey, before we hit our first break, I think we do have our player of the game. Kel?
Do we? Do we have the UCHealth Live Extraordinary Player of the Game?
Extraordinary player of the game. Jamal Murray is so bad, 25 points, 5 assists.
Damn, is Jamal being
Give it to
electrocuted
Jamal.
in this image?
Could easily have gone to Julian as well, but look, Jamal cooking.
It's just the new hair, D-line.
No, it's the face and the...
Twice Jamal has tried that hairstyle now for a week and a half and just given up. By
The
the way.
Live Extraordinary Player of the Game presented by UCHealth, Jamal Murray.
so back.
Well deserved. Could have
So
gone to
back.
Julian Strawther as well. And I thought it was just great to see Jamal having fun, kind of have a little bounce in his step, just look like he was hooping and not just kind of.
I'm telling you, like the word that struck out to me the most.
Back?
Unencumbered. Okay. He played an unencumbered style of basketball. You did not. There are times when Jamal Murray goes out there and you yourself feel like injured while you're like, oh God, like he can't get by guys. He's getting locked up behind the half court line. Like guys are just giving him full court press, and like you just feel it. And he was just. I don't know how it works with Jamal. Like I don't understand it. Like in one game he looks hobbled. Even though he's not injured in a way that's been reported, and you're like, wow, maybe, I don't know. And then it came like grease lightning. He was just all over the place.
Grease
He
lightning.
looked great, dude. Great. I needed this.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. It was a great performance from Murray, and we needed to see one because he look. He
simply had not been back.
He had not been back. Chat saying Julian Strawther snubbed. You could argue it, but we went with Murray, and we needed to see it from Murray.
Calm down, chat.
And we did see
Let
it.
Murray
And we
have
did
it.
see it from Murray, who Vin Ung says shot below 50%. Man, Jamal Murray played well tonight. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay,
Stop
why don't we hit our first
commercializing.
Real
break?
quick, though, if you want to join UC Health Ready, Set, Go
Thank you.
Challenge,
Thank you, Harrison.
click the link in the show notes. Go to uchealth.org/ready, set, go.
Why don't we have a break? And on the other side, we'll talk about more standouts from tonight's game. And then we'll sort of run through a Stonk report and kind of talk bigger picture.
Okay.
Let's do it. Shout out to Red Hawk Roofing. God, I love Red Hawk Roofing, man. Curtis, they bring us the big takeaways every post-game show.
I didn't think I could ever have meaningful feelings about a roofing company.
Me neither, but it's crazy what this business does to you. Denver's best roofers have joined the DNVR team. They might have been at the bar tonight. I don't know. The bar was absolutely popping, but
Well,
they're here a lot.
Like, we're going to need them to repair the roof that we blew off.
Just great vibes at the bar tonight. Red Hawk Roofing, if you have any roofing needs, home, business, whatever it might be, hit them up. Decades of experience, quick response time, Colorado's best estimators and contractors, huge DNVR supporters, so we are huge Red Hawk Roofing supporters. Free no obligation roof and property inspections, free in-depth photo reports for all inspections. Supporting your local teams also means supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. If you're looking for a roof over your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com or call 720-771-8921. Tell them DNVR sent you.
We had a custom bet up at Bet365
Don't
tonight
mention,
before.
no, just don't worry about that.
Oh, did it not work? Uh-oh. This one didn't hit. Last week's did. It was a lot of fun to watch. Half of it was Broncos money line, so at least we were all rooting for that outcome. Really fun to be in the bar. That was my first Broncos win at the bar in like 6 years of working here.
You know
So-
what?
Wait, ever?
I think it's the first
That's
Broncos win I've
wild.
ever seen
That's
at the
crazy.
bar. So
That's crazy.
So that was really, really cool. And I also maybe possibly bet on the Broncos to win this game at Bet365. Where
Let's go.
It's never ordinary, whatever the moment is. They've got a lot of boosts they're going to throw you at Bet365. I just mentioned one, the DNVR boosts. We have those throughout multiple sports all seasons long. Keep your eyes peeled for DNVR. You might even see Nux in a little graphic there for a custom boost bet. And it's always fun to play with us if you want to. Just kind of root for the same outcomes. And they have their own boost as well with basketball. There is a 100% parlay boost available right now when you sign up. Use the code DNVR365. They also have basketball early payout offers. You can win your bet if your team goes up by 20 points. Even if they ultimately blow that lead, lose the game, you still won the bet. How neat is that? That would never come in handy. That would never be a very convenient number that you would. Right now, new customers can choose between two offers when they open an account at Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 to sign up. Deposit $10, choose between either bet and get or a first bet safety net offer. You have to be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
We also had the Bet365 people in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Great talking with them. And
Yeah, Mr. 365.
just, chatting it up. Yeah.
Also did a tequila shot with them.
There we go. Great people. We love them.
There's a thing about working at a bar.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It happens. It tends to happen.
Yeah, okay.
Random tequila shots. Casamigos only.
And we're back here in the not redacted lounge in Studio B, hanging out with the fellas after a win. We're in a winner's lounge, boys. How neat is that?
Funky Music Winners Lounge.
We already touched on Jamal Murray. We already touched on Julian Strawther. By far and away, the two standout performers in tonight's win. And between the two of them made up all three of our big takeaways. Harrison, do you have any other standouts tonight? Any other players, observations, trends you just kind of want to comment on?
Let me go back to the Nuggets box score. I was on the Broncos for a second.
Oh,
I'm there right now.
focus, guys, focus.
I mean, Michael Porter, he's had a great preseason.
Sure has.
He and Julian Strawther have probably been the two absolute standouts, absolute stock up guys this preseason. 7 of 9 from the floor for him, 8 rebounds as well, 16 points. He was good. Dario Saric. The thing about Saric, who maybe had his best game of the preseason tonight, 13 points, 4
call.
or 5 from the floor, 5 rebounds. He doesn't really waste any movement. There's no extra movement with Dario Saric. When he gets the ball inside and he's got a mismatch, he's going to try to just score it. Pretty simple move. Just go up and put it in the bucket. If he's got an open shot from 3, he's going to shoot it. He is just a solid, high IQ role player who knows he's a role player and knows exactly what role he needs to play for the Nuggets. and he can fit in some different lineups. He knows who he is as a player, and I don't think Saric is ever going to have like an absolute banger of a game. Maybe he'll have one. Maybe he'll have a bailout type of performance some night when the Nuggets are down a couple starters. But I feel like he's just going to be solid for most of the season, and that's what the bench needed. So I like how simple but purposeful Saric's game is.
I agree. This is a perfect 13 points and 5 rebounds for a big off the bench.
In 15 minutes.
Now, again, we know the competition, but let's just go hypothetical here. Say that's the kind of production we would feel thrilled with. Backup big off the bench. And he can just do different things. I don't think he is an all-star anywhere close to at any one skill, but he is a guy who, okay, that's too small. They can try the post up. Oh, you've completely ignored him from 3? Adam was a little worried about that. The one looked good tonight. I mean, I think it's going to be a little bit better in that regard than maybe JaMychal Green.
He's a career 38% three-point shooter who's been shooting his entire career. He's going to make that amount of shots probably.
When you consider that the bar was so low, I do think he has a chance to be a game changer, even if that's all, ultimately limited in terms of production. Just what he allows the bench to do, I think I feel good about.
Dude, it's just good to have adults on the bench.
Yeah, that's well said.
It's just like we had a bunch of young kids running around. Even if one of them is going to drive us crazy the entire year by stirring the drink, Russell Westbrook, it's nice to just have professionals on the bench.
Yes, I agree.
So you can, Vlatko Cancar, professional basketball player.
Yep. Much better tonight from Vlatko.
Dario Saric, professional basketball player.
Yeah.
There's just, and that alone, that foundation of 2 guys that just kind of like are gonna do the right thing and are not too old now to be able to do it. We've had guys like that are just, you come in for a game or 2. These guys, it feels like a foundation to something that you can actually kind of buy into. I don't know. I'm so hyped on seeing what this bench can be. I mean, we had kind of a strange night, I would say, for them through and through.
It was up and down for sure.
But I also there was just a lot of different lineups that were trotted out as the bench. But I just kind of saw good out of a lot of different corners of
I agree.
Of the bench.
And I don't think the Nuggets have a weapon in their bench or the best bench in the league, or it's going to be perfect this season. But I think you just have to remind yourself how low the bar was. And it just feels like there are paths to positive outcomes. So I am excited about the bench. You mentioned Michael Porter briefly, Wind. My big takeaway from his preseason is he didn't really seem like he was looking for the 3 too much. And this is a good thing.
That's a good point.
Very confident that he'll shoot at a good clip from 3 this season. And we know that they need him for the team's volume. But just as far as his individual game goes, he looked eager and pretty comfortable seeking out 2s, trying to get to the rim, whether that was via cut or putting the ball on the floor. Again, against some inferior competition at times. But I just thought it was you could envision a good preseason for Porter because he hit a bunch of 3s. But this I thought was good process, kind of good stuff in between the cup and the perimeter from Porter for, I'd say, 4 or 5 games.
I feel like I had an epiphany about Michael Porter just now.
Oh, let's go. Let's hear it.
It seems like he might have raised his floor in terms of what he's going to give you game to game, because he's just such a more well-rounded offensive player now than he was last season. And what I mean by that is, I wonder if, I was just looking at his game log from last season. 3 points against the Hawks back in December.
Good one.
8 points against the Mavs in December. 5 points against the Jazz in a loss in January. I wonder if those nights are going to be way more like few and far between than they were last year. And just on a night-to-night basis, he's going to be more of a lock for, regardless of how the Nuggets play offense and how well they're shooting it, he's going to get you 15 to 20 points every single game.
Yeah.
And that's how you know a lot of times when somebody's leveled up as just a player, specifically on offense, they cut out some of the nights where they just can't do anything, and they always are able to find production. And I just wonder if his game has grown to a point where, he's just going to give you 15-plus points every single game, regardless of how, he's playing individually. He's just going to get there.
My God, that would be a glorious new era of Denver Nuggets basketball if we just had the two guys you could just straight up rely on every single night in, night out. And I mean, I don't even want to utter the phrase three guys, but imagine a world in which you have Jokic, Murray, and Porter all reliably scoring every single night. I mean, that's like a recipe for a very easy season, I feel like.
Yeah, and I also loved the 8 rebounds tonight. I also think that's something he can provide if he's healthy and willing. So tonight, Porter seemed kind of quiet, but finished with 16 points, 8 rebounds on 7 of 9 shooting. So another good performance for him to wrap up a pretty strong preseason. D-Line, I know you are very open and honest about your Russell Westbrook experience as a anti-fan, now fan.
Yeah.
What'd you see from Westbrook tonight?
Well, my new favorite player, Russell Westbrook.
That's right, your buddy.
My number one guy. I've never seen anything about him in a Denver Nuggets uniform that I haven't liked, except for that he's never actually hit a layup.
Oh, you got a couple tonight. We celebrated.
Russell Westbrook is so, he is just a very tightly wound spring. The amount of energy he just has,
it's crazy.
He just appears in the screen. He's like,
even when there's a very short runway, he still just somehow gets to full speed.
It is unbelievable. He went early in the game. I don't know if you remember. He and Jokic were. I don't know if they had a pick and roll going or not, but Russell Westbrook was charging down the lane, and Jokic threw up what would have been an alley oop, and the anger that Russ attacked that thing with. I mean, he wasn't anywhere close to finishing it. It was not in the cards at all. But I was like, oh my God. I just got a jolt of I mean, it's terrifying.
That was their fun inverted pick and roll that they did hit on the game before, or Russ sets the pick and rolls.
But it's like playing with a set mousetrap. It's just always set right. You don't know what's gonna snap down.
Crazy, man.
He made some egregious turnovers.
He had 5 of them in 16 minutes.
He had 4 of them in 6. Just to be clear, just to be very clear.
He made the most ridiculous plays, and I love having him on the team. I don't know what I cannot square my feelings about Russell Westbrook. I've been called racist now 4 or 5 times online. I don't expect that to stop at all during the season. For anyone keeping score, I didn't previously dislike him for his race, unless being an Oklahoma City Thunder is a race. Is that a race? I don't know.
It's not. No.
Oh, okay. Anyway. It's going to be a very wild experience with Russell Westbrook.
It sure
I
is.
don't know how ready I am for it, honestly.
Look, man, he's going to have unbelievable nights and he's going to have terrible nights. I mean, that's just who he is as a player. And he's going to have some games where he has both of those in the same night.
I think every night is going to be that. Some combination of those two things.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he just tries stuff, which I like, but it also results in... There was one where Aaron Gordon could not have been any further away from him than you are right now. Mm-hmm. And Russ, 2 hands, tried to fire that thing in there at maybe 95 miles per hour.
I can't believe my favorite player Russ is has no touch.
Stick your face through a brick wall is kind of his play style. But I like his preseason so far.
Overall, it's still been a positive.
I agree,
absolutely.
Guys. I agree.
And overall, he's still, I will be saying this all season, he still is an upgrade in backup point guard.
Yes, Reggie
He's an
Jackson.
upgrade from the Nuggets backup point guard last year, and that's how you have to look at it.
Completely agree. Hey, Win, what'd you see from your guy Christian Braun tonight?
Hit a 3, so that was good. Got to the line 8 times and went 6 of 8. That's a nice confidence booster as well. He's still a little hesitant on offense. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Playing his role with that starting group, he's obviously the worst offensive player in that group. He's the worst of the 5 players, but he's just got to be confident and aggressive still to make that unit really function at its highest level. And I don't think he's been that in the preseason, but he's been fine. And, defensively, I'm still really confident in what he can do. He's going to be the starter. It's the right call, although I do think Julian Strawther has I don't think he's obviously done enough to be the starter. I don't know if he ever could have, but he's definitely put less distance between them two if you're just looking at both those guys as players and how they impact this team. So I feel like Christian had a solid preseason. I don't think it was spectacular or really that impressive, though.
Hey, on the other side of the break, let's talk more about Christian. Christian juxtaposed with Julian, maybe why they're where they're at on the depth chart. Then we'll go Stonk report, get bigger picture. What a treat, huh? Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah. Everybody following along with your syllabus?
Oh, man. Guys, check out Upswing Foundation.
Is that not a good tease?
If you don't know what the Upswing Foundation is, it is Colorado youth sports nonprofit working to connect people and catapult dreams.
Dang.
It's the only youth sports foundation based in Colorado's Mile High training grounds that provides access to world-class programs alongside top athletes for kids of all backgrounds in order to connect people and catapult dreams. That was my phone. Upswing Centennial. They have an open house actually November 3rd, 2024 from 1 to 3 p.m. Come meet our performance coordinators and dance coaches. So check it out. RSVP before October 18th to confirm your spot. Athletes under 18 can sign up for classes at upswingfoundation.org/login or by downloading the Upswing Foundation app. DNVR listeners, you guys can get 20% off all services when you use the promo code DNVR20 at checkout. Upswing also offers scholarship to qualifying athletes under 18 years of age to train in sports performance, dance, and recovery, and their new state-of-the-art facility in Centennial, Colorado. upswingfoundation.org. Check it out.
Dang, dude, I wish a young D-line could have used that type of training. But it could have been a real menace on the tennis court. You know what I mean?
I've heard that about you. Trucks have long been a part of Toyota's DNA. You can in fact say that they've always been a part of Toyota's DNA. For generations, Toyota has built durable legends destined for greatness and perfect for Colorado. No, we're not talking about Jokic. We're talking about trucks. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you. Like the all-new 2024 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser. Maybe you're looking for something else. Well, Toyota also offers more low and zero emission vehicles combined than any other automaker to give customers numerous choices to reduce their carbon footprint. No worse FOMO than missing the joke because they're doing a read, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst.
The joke is about you.
I know. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR. And we're back. Wind just kind of brought up the idea of Christian as the starter versus Julian, who obviously had a banger preseason. But I think it's about the way Malone has framed it. Who complements what unit more?
Yeah. And I do think, like, Julian, he's definitely earned more minutes this preseason.
Yeah.
You know, he has shortened that gap for sure. Like, heading into the preseason, it felt pretty clear. You know, Christian Braun is going to be with the starters. He's that starting two guard. You know, maybe there will be somebody in there to close a couple games here and then, but you felt, okay, it's probably going to be Christian. Julian Strawther played so well this preseason where I kind of feel like heading into the regular season, we're done with the preseason. We got opening night in a week. Would I be surprised if Julian Strawther was closing that game at shooting guard?
Sure.
Probably not. And I wasn't in that position heading into the preseason.
The crazy thing is we still have not seen Peyton Watson. That's
another good point.
There's still like the competition, although as you mentioned, seems to have been closed since before they even lost KCP. Like I don't know. The Nuggets have options. It feels like they don't have to be locked into it either. Like they can maybe, try to match up a little bit. You do want the continuity, obviously, of having the five guys playing together and developing some symbiotic sort of life together. But
symbiotic.
But listen, symbiosis is. Listen, I had a tequila shot. It's Todd's fault.
Todd Davis bought you a tequila shot.
I start dipping into the old thesaurus. Anyway, point being, Christian has a lot of like his defense has been very good in the preseason. I think he's been super active. He's been jumping, grabbing rebounds, being athletic in a way that starting unit hasn't really seen. But I'm with you. Like, the offensive side still makes you pretty nervous at times. It doesn't seem like this should be an open and shut case.
So do you think Julian has a case to be the starter?
Not at this moment. Definitely.
Okay.
No, not at this moment. But I don't think the book is closed, and I don't think it will be.
I'm with you there. It might not be closed for the whole season.
If this was a real, true, open competition, Strawther earned it. Strawther had the better preseason by a mile.
Well, yeah, but
they were coming in at different.
That's exactly
points.
right. Like that, it's not based on the preseason,
and also it's based on fit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. Because I think the bench needs what Strawther has. As much as you could say the starters need CB's defense, the bench needs a weapon. A guy Russ can look for, a guy that's going to just sort of raise the tides by being a real offensive threat with some juice. So I like Strawther off the bench, and I think CB should be the starter for sure. Okay, let's go broader picture now, fellas, and get ourselves into a little stonk report, which we have not done on the show.
Oh, baby.
All preseason.
I've missed the stonk report. We have to redo that with Jokic's winter bush.
We do. Also,
you gotta
stop calling it that.
This was the first show graphic we literally ever made.
Yeah.
Dude, this is circa 2019.
Circa 2019. We had this on our first ever postgame lounge, and we're still using it.
I would love to remember what this meme was actually from.
It's just the stonks.
But it was like something happened on the internet and somebody made this meme.
Yeah, because it was just like it was like making fun of business.
Stonk
But that
report,
was like so long ago in internet years,
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
Okay, Harrison Wind, we'll start with you, and we'll start slow. Vlatko Čančar, stock up or down after the preseason?
Probably stock down. He had a good game today, but not a great preseason overall. And it feels like he's kind of behind Zeke Naji entering the season, which I wasn't expecting to happen. But seems like he might be kind of definitely on the outside looking into the rotation.
Does seem that way. He did play better tonight, but I would agree. D-line, any objections?
None.
None whatsoever from D-line. The stock was up on this fellow in training camp. The stock was way up on this fellow in training camp. We didn't get to see much of it, though, D-line. Hunter Tyson, stock up or down after the preseason?
It's way down.
It is.
It is way down. Hunter Tyson did not make a single basket. I swear to God. He made one. I don't know.
think he hit a three. Did he hit a single three in the preseason? Chat, if you could fact check me on this, I think it's possible Hunter Tyson did not hit a three.
Hunter Tyson, oh man. I don't know. Like, I know he's good. I just can't see. Like, he just needs to start making baskets. Like, it really comes down to that. There's just nothing about it. Like, his defense has been suspect, but he's gotten open shots. He's got a lot of shots, and he just has not knocked down a single one of them, to my memory.
There just seems to be a world of difference between the guy we hear about and the guy we see, at least to this point in his career. And there are a lot of guys that are like that, man. They're elite shooters, but they don't hit them in the games, right? And I'm sure he's knocking them down. Oh, he hit one. Thank you, Chad.
He hit one. Okay.
He hit one.
Thanks to my best friend, CJ Jones. Thank God, finally.
But an interesting ride for Hunter, because I thought going into summer camp or summer league, could he raise his stock? Tanked it at summer league.
Tanked.
Thought we were done talking about Hunter Tyson. Then Peyton gets hurt, camp starts up, and he's all anyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Is Hunter Tyson. So then his stock's way up. But man, I don't think he did himself any favors actually on the court in here in the preseason. And I think Peyton Watson can feel pretty safe about his spot in this rotation.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Hunter is still on the right path as far as development is concerned. I don't think he's still at a place where we should be expecting anything from him. But come on, man. Come on, man.
Look, he's a shooter, and he's got to hit the shots at a high enough clip to stay on the floor. And it's not to say that, it's over for him as a player or anything. It's as far as the opportunity he had this year, could have gone one way. It didn't.
Come on, man.
Vekislav says Pickett, stock up. Funny thing is, Pickett somehow managed to have his stock go down when you thought it could not have gone any lower.
I know.
He checked it in that OKC
I didn't
game
even
for
think
5
there were
minutes and
stocks available for purchase still.
I know. Well, he almost broke the backboard against OKC, so he was really bad.
God, all right. Well, who else we got?
You want to get positive?
Yeah, let's do.
Don't shoot the messenger. Zeke Naji?
Way up.
It's way up, man.
Way up. Dude,
Okay, well, to be fair, it started in the Earth's core, so like
This is
still.
true.
it
Still.
might be in the mantle now,
Still.
but like it's up.
Still, we are ascending. The stonks, the Zeke stonks were completely dead. And now, he strung 2 positive games in a row together. Tonight, he didn't really play.
Tony didn't really play much now.
But, I mean, overall, dude, that's a major dub.
Harrison, we're talking about how Zeke Naji's stocks.
Whew, let me catch my breath.
In all
What's that?
sincerity,
Where'd you just go?
Todd bought me a tequila shot. Yeah. This guy, man.
that's not the note that I have. All right. We're talking about Zeke Naji and how unironically his stock is probably up here. Not probably, definitely up after this preseason.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-point shot's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
We just weren't confident that he could shoot it,
Yeah.
but maybe he can. Feel like we still don't know the answer to that question, but maybe. And
Stay tuned for tomorrow, by the way. Stay tuned.
Oh, God.
Quiet. You quiet.
You guys are overhyping this.
Are we? Terror reading episode drops tomorrow.
It's a big one.
At noon.
We know the results. But yeah, I mean, can he shoot it? I don't know. I'm more hopeful now than I was before the preseason started that he can.
Bro, there were a couple players. I mean, we don't know for sure. I'm going to guess Zeke did not crack the 9 real players.
He was not.
He is not a real player.
I don't think he was on the preliminary list of real
I
players.
don't believe he's viewed as a real player by his
Sorry, I
GM.
just want to circle back. Calvin started so strong. He had the suit.
I know.
He had
Great looking suit.
He had the rehearsed lines ready to go. And then 9 real guys was the real line of demarcation in that presser.
It was tough.
It's so funny because people are upset when coaches and GMs
Are not real,
don't
right?
say anything.
Yeah.
But when they actually say stuff, they're like, don't say anything.
I know. It's so true. It really is. Like,
I love his transparency, to be honest. But
it's delightful when
Yeah.
you're asking for somebody and they give you the answer. Like
Right.
you ask them a question, they give you the answer. But point being is that, as Kale astutely points out, his stonk was quite low. It was, I would say it was dead. That was a dead stock. There's a couple players on this team that carry with them a dead stock. Zeke was most assuredly ranked among them. And it's not dead. It's not dead. Is it alive? No. Is it dead? No. You know what I mean?
It's
like
not dead.
It walks amongst us.
It's not dead. I'm not buckled up for Zeke Naji minutes, but he didn't hurt himself this preseason.
No.
He didn't. And honestly, he did look a lot more confident. And I think for a player like that, that is a real observation that could go,
So
a long way.
I was asked about Zeke today in the DNVR Nuggets Discord.
Nice
Check it
plug.
out for diehards. I'm in there from time to time doing some chats with our diehards. Somebody asked me about Zeke, and I think it was actually 55555-ish, our guy.
Yeah.
He asked me about Zeke and what it would mean if he was, I guess, a real guy. And I was like, first of all, it'd be great because he can spell Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
And those guys would have a better shot at not wearing out throughout the season. The other part of it is if he can have couple more showcases, like he's had a couple in the preseason, his trade value might rise from absolutely nothing to, or might rise out of the negatives into the positives.
What if he's just like, we don't want to trade him?
I can't imagine we're going to get
what
that.
I'm getting to is if he's good, I think the Nuggets will look to trade him ASAP. But that would probably happen in December or January. And until then, he can, spell Joker and AG a little bit.
Okay.
So that's my feeling on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, nothing of pure substance to pull from after this preseason. But again, for somebody that we really just had absolutely no expectations of, he has been a delight, an unexpected delight this preseason.
3 more names on the bench. We've kind of talked about them a little bit, but we can still. Again, this is Stonk Report on the whole preseason. So someone was confused about Zeke not playing well tonight, but this is Stonk Report on the whole preseason. We will finish up the bench and move to the starters. and then hit on any big picture concerns or encouragements we have. But first, one last break for the evening.
Ooh.
What a smooth transition.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I had a couple of these tonight. Shout out to Miller Lite.
Oh, I thought you were going to say panic attacks.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be that Galaxy.
I'm not gonna say shots of something else. Miller Lite keeps it simple. It's the best light beer out there. Undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. A light beer that tastes like beer. Less filling, only 96 calories. The original light beer since 1975, and it was flowing tonight in the DNVR bar, I will say. Times change, but you can always enjoy the great taste of Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, MillerLite.com/DNVR, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. It is the original light beer. There are some pretenders. There are copycats out there. Miller Lite keeps it simple. They are the original light beer since 1975.
Let's talk about goals for a minute. How are you tracking with the ones you set for your business earlier this year? Are you close? Do you know why you haven't hit them yet? Constant Contact can help you answer these questions. You have year-end goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them even faster, no matter how experienced you are with digital marketing. Constant Contact has the tools to make your marketing run smoother, sell more, raise more, and build more genuine relationships with your audience with Constant Contact's suite of digital marketing tools, all made to fast track your success. You no longer need to struggle with expensive, slow, and unmeasurable approaches to marketing your business. It is time to put the go in your 2024 business goals with email, social, SMS, and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Ready, set, go to ConstantContact.com/ALLCITY. I knew you were.
Constant Contact, baby.
Go to ConstantContact.com/ALLCITY and start your free trial today. Go to ConstantContact.com/ALLCITY for your free trial. Ready, set, go.
Nope.
Ready, set, go.
I know, I just got excited.
Ready, set, go. To
Ready,
Constant
set,
Contact.
go.
All right, gang, let's move a little quicker here on the other side of the break. We talked about Dario Saric a little bit.
Yeah.
Fellas, I'm going to say his stock is slightly up after in the preseason.
Yeah, I'd say slightly up.
Yeah, not a lot of film to pull from, but
Yeah.
I would say, you know what? I think it's just like holding steady. This is kind of it's what we expected.
We thought he would help. He's helping. It's not a game. It's not a game changer yet, but he's helping.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about Russell Westbrook? Harrison, stock up or down for Brody?
I think up. Absolutely up. And I mean, with Westbrook, you have to take into consideration the stuff off the court as well. You just have to, because that's a big part of why he was brought here. And I think, you know, the people that brought him here, the Nuggets and Nikola Jokic, were like, this guy has a lot of intangibles that this team needs. And guys have even said that we needed a leader like Russell Westbrook. We needed his voice and just his intensity. And even on the court, you know, tonight I don't think was a great game, but overall, I think on the court he's been a positive for sure in the preseason. And you pair that with his off the court things that he brings to the table, it's stock up for me.
No argument.
Yeah, I'm.
Your favorite player. So this is. Think about this.
I put his stock from a sell, embarrassed, like just I want nothing to do with his stock, to buying every piece of stock I could.
Yeah.
And now, like, I don't know, he's like more erratic than I hoped he would be. He is more energetic than I expected him to be. He's just like, it's a wild ride, man. It is a wild ride with Russ out there. And, you know, I think it's going to make the season interesting. I think for that reason, I think it is stock up. But I think we all kind of had good expectations of him coming in. And I don't think he's played great, but I also think he's just kind of, it hasn't stood out in a way negatively that you're like, we can't deal with this. But and you know the good stuff you're gonna get. Like so I don't know what I think like stock, you know.
I'm gonna say stock up. I'm with Wind.
Okay.
I'm going to say stock up, and Patrick McMahon says Russ love is just unreal. Just wait. Again, man, you got to have perspective. I don't think Russ is the fourth or fifth best player on this team or something like that. They have had backup point guards that have missed shots and not helped. But it's been maybe 5 years since this team has had a guard that could get into the paint. And Russ can, and I'll take that. That part I will take. I don't think it'll be perfect, but I think it will help the Nuggets. Julian Strawther, I would say stock up as much as anyone. Maybe the most, right? Biggest stock jump on the team.
It's so high you can't even buy it now.
Let's go to I'm curious to see where you guys go with this one. Jamal Murray, biggest game of the preseason just happened, but body of work in totality, stock up or down?
It's probably about the same as it was entering the preseason, to be honest.
Kind of low.
Yeah. Great game tonight. I mean, trending in the right direction, but one game, is it enough to totally quell your questions and worries? Probably not. So I'd say about neutral because, he had some questionable games. Like, he had some stuff where you're like, oh, is this the Jamal Murray from Team Canada? Like, what is this? I'd say pretty neutral, but close to trending up, if that's allowed. Still in the neutral category. Still in the neutral category.
This last game, it's up, man. It's up. If you see Jamal moving well, it's got to be up. It has to be.
I'm gonna say stock down.
No,
I wanted to see
you're
more.
Crazy.
I wanted to. Well,
you think it's down from
after tonight? It's
after
up.
the Team Canada. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's a good point.
It was so down. Like, it was buried into the dirt. Like,
I'm gonna say the same. I'm gonna say the stock was pretty low. The stock is probably still pretty low. Having said that, tonight it went a long way towards just
one more good practice and it's up.
Dude, this was like a big the market rallied today. You know what I mean? Like, it's been crashing. Yeah. It's been a bear out there, and
everybody's like buy.
It's the running of the Bulls tonight.
That was
dude.
awesome though, man. It was awesome to see Jamal look like he enjoyed it and like his shot was easy for him.
Hell yeah,
I liked that a lot. Okay, Christian Brown. I'm gonna say stock down, guys, and not stock in
Christian
the gutter.
down.
I'm gonna say stock down. DAUN.
Browntown is just going through a recession.
Not in the gutter. Not in the gutter. Not irredeemable. Not a monster concern. But I'm keeping my eye on it. Although tonight I thought he played well.
Yeah. Post-COVID Browntown has been hit.
I'll probably go neutral.
Got
Is that on the show?
Yeah, it's a D-line show. It was just a drop.
I like that.
You have to inform us if we're becoming a drop show. We can't just...
I mean, it might be down. It might also be neutral. He's done some good things. I mean, I like how Christian Brown, when he's committed, I liked how he's gotten to the rim. Mm-hmm. He's shown me something there. He got to the line 8 times in this game, 6 of 8. The 3-point shot, that is the biggest thing that you're like,
yeah,
I'm wanting that. And he just hasn't really delivered. I don't sense that he's necessarily any more confident in his 3-point shot now than he was last year, which is kind of disappointing. So I'm left wanting a little more.
Yeah, man. I think you were. I think.
Were our expectations too high for him?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
There was a quick. All right, so KCP left. Everyone was furious. I would say about a month and a half later, there was a swell of, are we sure Christian Brown can't do this? In a good way.
Yeah.
And so,
a swell is a good way to describe it.
Vekislav said CB had 3 good preseason games. I for the record, I could just have the wrong, right? I could be misremembering the body of work. I would just say I had enough questions of, should a defense guard him and will they guard him? That
is playing out how we thought it would.
Right.
They're not guarding him. He's just going to have to make threes.
Yeah, it looks exactly like we thought it would. I mean, this is just not
neutral. Yeah, all right.
Like, but again, like, I have really liked what he has done defensively, which is always what you like about Christian Brown. But he really does make floor slapping hustle plays that is not part of the makeup of the starting unit. So, we're gonna see. I mean, it is like a very obvious thing to watch the spacing and how it suffers when they literally just don't guard Christian Brown and his man sinks into the paint to guard Nikola Jokic. Mm-hmm. But then he made him pay. He hit a shot. Like, that's the type of thing. It's like, okay, like, if you're gonna, like, you got to just knock down the easiest shot you'll be given in your NBA basketball career. And if you could do that, like, they're gonna have to play you more honestly. I think it's. I do think it's still up. I can't say it's down. I just can't.
Okay. Michael Porter Jr., Eric, what do you think? What do you
Oh, dude. MPU, dude. Michael Porter. Up.
Stocks are up. The stocks are up. The stocks are so up, I thought about buying a car I don't need.
You just like that?
Yeah.
And it's an expensive
And
car
it's an
right
expensive
now.
car.
Toyota?
And just to be clear, I didn't liquidate these stocks. No money in my pocket. This is a poor purchase. No, I think Porter looks great. I really do.
We are primed for a remind him year. Are we not? Michael Porter Jr. looks to be in the best shape he's been in that I can remember as a Denver Nugget, right?
As a pro, it sure seems like the best shape of his life.
He seems to have a new dedication, perhaps, to his craft, which if we can watch that play out, like there's just, Michael Porter, like you just hate when people are given gifts and they waste them. And Michael Porter Jr., not that he's wasting it, but like
You feel there's more.
And his circumstances have wasted much of his potential. But point being, like, for him to hopefully maximize the rest of what he's got is just so admirable. Like, I hope that that's the case. It certainly appears so. And if it is, in fact, the case that he is, his body's feeling as good as it appears, man, like, what a fun year. I can't wait.
I agree. That's one thing for me, Strawther and Mike were the biggest highlights of the preseason.
Dude.
And then I think a couple names that I'm not by any means worried about, well, especially one of them, but very curious where you go with Aaron Gordon's stock, Harrison. Kind of a weird preseason from Aaron.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's probably neutral. I mean, AG took some weird shots this preseason.
Yeah.
He was looking to get them up, man.
He did.
There were a lot that you're like, that's not a shot you take in games. But, hey, it's the preseason. Guys are working on expanding their games a little bit. He put in a lot of work on his jump shot, which I will say looks a little better. You actually don't see a lot of guys in Aaron Gordon's position. I don't know how long he's been in the league, 10 years. But he has clearly made some tweaks to it, and it looks smooth. It looks good. It looks like he has a lot of confidence in it.
How old is AG?
I think like 29, 30. He's 29.
So that's exactly when KCP redid his shot in his career.
KCP redid a shot in his career?
Yeah.
Wow.
He didn't come into the league as a 3-point guy and then became one
Late
as
bloomer.
he got into his 30s.
Late
Wow.
bloomer. By the
Great
time he got to
insight
Denver,
from Kale.
yeah,
Thank
he was
you.
kind of peaking as a shooter by the time he got to Denver.
But, I mean, I'm not expecting Aaron Gordon to all of a sudden be a, high 30 shooter. But can he be better than last year? Yeah, he should be.
I also didn't think D-line, if he had a soft tissue injury or a calf issue in game one, he did play through the rest of the preseason. Gordon, a guy whose spot is not up for grabs and a guy who has a contract coming up, he was not going to hurt himself in the preseason.
No, are we going to talk about how Jokic didn't take enough shots in this game next?
Yeah, tonight Jokic took 5 shots, by the way, if you missed that.
Yeah, like why would AG put it all out there in the preseason? Like why? For what purpose?
He wanted to get some shots up.
Listen, man, my man, we make jokes about it, but he lives on a basketball court.
That is
I'm not even
valid,
kidding.
yeah.
Like Kobe would famously be in the gym at 6 a.m., but Aaron Gordon went to sleep at the gym and then woke up.
He's
there.
sleeping on the foul line every night.
Like, I'm not surprised. Like, honestly, I bet he shoots a lot of baskets. Like, I'm not surprised that maybe his shot is starting to maybe get a little bit more refined. We'll see.
He
lives on a basketball court.
He also is always getting shots up. We get to go to the ends of practices. And it's so funny because people will comment, tell Aaron he needs to work on his free throws. Honestly, all he does. Like, the end of practice, he just shoots free throws for 30 minutes.
I do love the notion that people are like, he just needs to get in the gym.
He's like, wait. Oh, I should work on my free throws.
Oh, that's right.
Good idea.
My entire basketball career, I've never thought to work on free throws. It is the craziest thing. But Aaron Gordon, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Stock up.
I'm not worried about Aaron at all.
Stock up just because
I would
he's
say stock was neutral for
Mr.
me.
Nugget. Yeah.
Well, just a Mr. Nugget
dude.
bump.
It's like if you can give somebody an honorary degree from a university, I can give him honorary stonk up, dude.
All right, we're about to wrap up.
Did you go to Hunter Tyson yet? Did I miss that?
You did
Yeah,
miss
just
Hunter
like
Tyson. The very
He's looking
brief
to
rest of
pile
this
on.
conversation will be completed online
I had a point.
if you're watching on TV.
I'll table it.
Okay, guys, let's end where most conversations begin in Denver. Nikola Jokic. I think his stock's up. I know tonight he didn't care, and it would have been awesome to see him ripping threes, but I also thought he was really aggressive. And for a guy who maybe could have looked tired or like he didn't want to be there after another long summer, I just thought Jokic was down to ball.
Is it
DTB?
because of winter what?
Don't say
His
it.
winter bush.
Winter
my
bush.
God, dude.
Yeah, winter bush.
What? He sprouted a bush
Is that
over
why
the
stock
winter.
is up? Winter
Yes.
bush.
Yes, it's because he's in his villain era. I don't think you can award Jokic stock up. I don't think so.
I feel like it's neutral.
Like
You're right. Fuck me.
Like if Aaron Gordon is stock neutral, there's nothing that Nikola Jokic put on film to make you feel better about him.
I thought the first 3 or
Do you feel better about Nikola Jokic at the end of the preseason than you did at the beginning of the
Right, who
preseason?
Jokic is going to be good. Okay, we should get out of here. I just want to end on this really brief note.
Yeah.
For anyone who didn't see it, our guy Adam Mares put on Twitter recently that he thinks the Nuggets are going to finish somewhere between the 5th and the 7th seed. Win?
Big market Mares.
Is this crazy? Because I think it's earmuffs, guys. Earmuffs. I think it's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's not curse that much, but
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We're past an hour,
We're
Marcus.
past an hour.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
good.
YouTube
This
only.
is off TV.
After dark.
I get his point. I get the argument, but I do think it's a little crazy.
I do too.
The Nuggets, your Denver Nuggets are going to win 59 games.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a whole other side of the
If
spectrum.
Nikola Jokic is healthy for the whole season, it seems impossible for them to finish that low.
They had a somewhat tumultuous season last year, which netted them their highest win total in.
No, second highest.
No, they tied for the second, the highest win total in franchise history. And all they did in the offseason was
actually.
greatly improve their bench. And I don't know how that doesn't equate to 2 games. I just don't know how.
They were a 6th seed with Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers starting. Can I just say that?
Yes.
That's a fact.
They were a 6th seed.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, listen. I'm to my one
And
boss.
Jokic was worse than he is now.
To my one boss, I'm sorry for cursing. To my other boss, who doesn't care as much, I'm not sorry. And
No,
to
dude.
And to my third boss, while you were away, I had to get that shot.
Get
in.
effed.
What does that take, Adam? All right, hey, thanks for hanging out with us.
Super chats.
Oh, let's do super chats.
You know, it was your first day here? What are you doing,
This is
dude?
my first time hosting a podcast. Josh Bonnet from Down Under. Fire up the back.
Dude,
I know Josh Barnett's ready for this season
Dude.
by his super chat.
He's
I
like-
know
I
that.
know it, dude.
Also, Straw for 6th man of the year. A bit ambitious, but screw it. Let's get
Hey,
excited.
6th man of the year. You
Tell
need
me
to
why
score.
not. Most
it's
improved
always the
player.
score.
Most improved player.
Exquisite. All the Nuggets are good. Let's
Strawberry.
Strawther start over CB. I'll gladly sponsor one day.
Let's go. You sponsor
You already
every day.
are, Cedric. You already are, whether you know it or not. Spencer Hayes, Julian is just Michael Shorter
Michael
Jr.
Shorter Jr.
That's
What
good
up,
stuff.
Spencer?
That's good
EA
stuff.
Sports.
Michael Shorter Jr.
CJ Jones, finally a D-line appearance. LFG. See how I didn't read it?
Yeah.
I would also like to start the Strawther 6th man of the year
Okay.
or
MIP.
most improved
Either
player
one's
campaign. Maul looked good. Yoke didn't want to shoot. Bang that muck. All the Nuggets are good and about to remind them.
Dude, my best friend CJ Jones gets it in ways that you guys don't.
Bang that muck. Revo. Jamal looks 20 pounds lighter without the braids.
It's so true. And not true, but he does look 20 pounds lighter.
Not my play. I would never tell anyone else what to do with their hair, but the
D-line
stats
will.
speak for themselves.
Oh, I tell everyone.
The stats speak
That's
for
another thing
themselves.
that every now and again will get me called racist.
Cool. DJ Seahawk, vote for you, CB or Strawberry. Who should be starting shooting guard? CB. Not because he's the better player, but because of the way they complement their units respectfully. 55555-ish. I unfortunately can't take credit for this incredible nickname, but Julian Strawther is
Michael
Michael
Shorter
Shorter Jr. Can't wait for the terror reading tomorrow.
So wait, was it Spencer who created it?
I don't
It was
know.
popping up a lot in the chat today.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I don't know who is the origin. I
right.
will go back and look.
We don't know.
Somebody claim it, and then everyone else, if they lie, can tear them apart.
I love that. Macahru, did you guys think the Nuggets are playing possum? Since last year they spent all their playoff energy trying to
Totally.
get the number 1 seed.
Yep, they're playing preseason possum, baby.
I don't think they're playing
I don't think
possum,
they're playing possum.
This isn't the Nuggets.
No, I don't think they're playing possum.
No, they're playing preseason.
I just don't think they were
Yeah.
quite as motivated as the rest of us were on their behalf.
Or the rest of the league.
Yeah, that too. Jason Cap, Brennan's got a girlfriend. Wynn's got a baby. Morez is prime time, and Eric's, well,
the
Eric.
creative director of the entire network.
Also engaged.
Yeah, cool.
This man is engaged
Also
to
recently
a
engaged.
Serbian woman.
You
He's
son of-
having the best year out of anybody.
You son of a biscuit, Jason Cap.
Maul will be an all-star. This is the year for us, fellas. Let's go.
By the way, super producer Kale also recently taken.
Hey,
You hear that, no one?
sorry, ladies. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. You hear that?
Damn,
Nobody. You
just dropping that in the super chats?
Holy smokes, dude.
Hell.
Man, the three
Tell us about her.
the three single adult theater people that watch this show are just devastated. Nugsy Bogues, Vogt, ever go to Cortica Jug? Good times, go Nugs.
What
Yes,
is
I did.
Cortica Jug?
It's the biggest little rivalry in America. It's a D3 football.
Okay.
rivalry.
Is that an Ithaca joke?
It's a real thing. The Cortland is the school where all the people who couldn't get
Bored.
into the
Keep
Ithaca
going.
go. Alex Teixeira, 5 months, 3 days since we last heard that funky music
I
live.
know, it's
Lots
so
more
true.
to come from now till June.
Hell
Fraud
yeah,
City is
man.
back.
Let's go. Fraud City. Dude, he's so right.
And
Fraud City rides again.
2 more to finish. Big EOS. Westbrook, Julian, Piwa, MPJ, and Dario should be able to push pace and
I'm
run other
saying
teams out
it.
of the
Dude, it's a great point, man. The bench is going to be better. It just is. And that means so much.
In and of itself, isn't that worth 2 wins?
And they should run Mike with the bench this year. They really should. Bubbles, buzzer beater. High vote. Remember that Jordan McRae wasn't a fit.
He was not.
no, it's true. Let it go, dude.
Hey, I had forgotten.
Let it go.
So, listen, thank you so much for hanging out with us in this winner's lounge. It gets for real soon. Ideally, it'll get better soon as well. But we'll look at this as some momentum, a step in the right direction. Tomorrow, we find out what's in the cards for Jokic, the Nuggets,
Oh,
and you,
man.
the fan
Tomorrow,
base.
the Tarot episode. Tune in.
With Ariana Lenarski, the Good Witch of Denver. Tune in on the DNVR show on this here YouTube channel. We'll see you then. Thanks.
We all silly like the mayor.